Hello, welcome to Brown Dog Gadgets Live. I'm Amanda. Oh, we're switching it up. We're switching up the sounds today. Behind the camera, we've got Pete. Today we are going to be making a felt snowman. Technically, I made him out of something other than felt, but that's okay.
And it can be a snow person.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be a man.
It is true. Very good fact. Before we jump into our project today, if you have not followed us on our social media platforms, please do so. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, and YouTube. Also, if you like the projects you see or want any of the products, you can head on over to browndoggadgets.com, get all of that there. And if you have any questions, you have two different options. You can throw things into the chat, talk with us. We'd love to talk with you as we stream. And you can email us at help@browndoggadgets.com. Oh, you just wanted to put them all up there, huh, Pete?
There we go. Why not?
So today we are going to be making a felt snow person.
Yeah.
Or a craft foam snow person. All right, let's switch to that overhead camera. So the actual guide calls this a felt snowman, but like I said, you can use other materials. This one is made out of craft foam.
Keep going.
Are we good?
Yes.
Okay. This one is made out of craft foam. You can also make it out of felt. If you use felt, you should use the stiffer felt, because if you hold up the piece of felt and it just flops down like a really thin piece of paper, then it's not going to hold up to your project. So stiffer felt, craft foam, or honestly, you could print it out on cardstock as well. So we're going to check out the template. This template is fairly simple. It's got the body. And then all the parts. So it's the hat band, the eyes, the scarf, and the buttons. You'll notice when you actually look at the one that I prepped for today, I did not make square little buttons, and I'll show you why in a minute. And the eyes, I also did not make squares. I decided to go rogue. It really isn't that rogue, though, to be honest. So for these, cut these out, use them as templates to trace onto your felt or your craft foam, or just cut them out and decorate them and use them as is and build it on cardstock. That works too. Lots of options. And then there is a little diagram that comes with it just to kind of show you how to build that simple circuit. But it is a fairly straightforward project. Now, I did use, Pete, I know you do.
Okay.
Lee loves snow and cold. He's
Not too
always,
cold,
he's always hot.
Yeah.
I did follow the shapes on the template for this guy. However, I switched them. I felt like the eyes needed to be smaller than the buttons. I don't know.
It's up to you.
You do you.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah, absolutely. So I did already cut and glue my craft foam together. So here's my guy today. I made his eyes look like coal. Although they kind of just look creepy, but that's okay.
I thought they looked like coal before, like coal briquettes, charcoal briquettes.
Maybe. But then this is the step that I really appreciate because it makes it a little bit faster. Instead of cutting out the small buttons from the template, which are fairly small, these are just a hole punch.
Ooh.
So I just hole punched these out of black craft foam instead of trying to cut a tiny little circle. This made a lot more sense. It made it a lot faster. And I just popped them out.
Was it the stiff or the softer felt?
Well, this is the craft foam.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
And I did already talk about you wanting to use stiff felt.
Yeah, because I don't know if you would that punch it out of the soft felt?
I haven't actually tried.
Yeah, always try.
Yeah, because I know you mentioned that for some of those Valentine projects that I'm working on. Yeah, so this just makes it...
They're perfectly round.
Perfectly round.
Yeah.
So easy. And honestly, trying to cut these guys, they're even just a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But it was a little putsy.
Yeah.
So I saved myself some time and some headache by using a hole punch.
I just cut them with a laser cutter. It does perfect every
Why
time.
do you need to be so fancy? And you know you've got a student in the classroom who's probably done or doesn't want to do the project, but would really get some joy out of just constantly cutting these little holes with the hole punch. You could even then use them to decorate the scarf. So many fun ways. All right, so for the project itself, the LED goes right in the middle for the nose. Let's do blue for cold.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. It kind of is Brewers colors.
What's a brewer?
The Milwaukee Brewers.
Oh, right.
The Milwaukee Brewers. All right, so to start our circuit, we're going to use a safety pin to push 2 little holes through the craft foam. I might be able to get this to go through if I just push it, because I don't know. But it's going to be way easier if I already kind of poke those holes and move it around to give myself a little space. There we go. You can also use a push pin. That is completely up to you. Now, I do like to pay attention to the polarity. I can just look at it once I'm on the back and decide which way I'm going to go. But the long LED leg is the positive leg. The short LED leg is the negative leg. Since I don't actually have a template on the back of this craft foam, I can just put it through and then kind of figure out what my path is going to be afterwards once I flip it over. So there's his little nose. Now when I flip it over, you'll see that the left side is my short LED and the right side is my longer LED. I'm going to have my short LED go down and my longer one go off to the side. I didn't put them all the way down yet, though, and there is a reason for that. When you are building a paper circuit on something that is not paper, so felt, craft foam, even on like popsicle sticks, craft sticks, those kinds of things, you do want to make sure that you're doing the sandwich approach with your maker tape. So that approach is a layer of maker tape underneath the LED leg, then the LED leg in the middle, and then another layer of tape on top of it. Whether you're putting sticky side down, then leg on top, and then sticky side down, or if you're like sandwiching it so it's stuck together, that's completely up to you. That's a preference thing. But this will make sure that the circuit is consistently complete. When you've got that porous surface underneath, if you just put the maker tape right on top, sometimes it doesn't like to work consistently. But if you are new here and you just said maker tape, what is that? Maker tape is a nylon conductive tape. It is the much prettier, much fancier cousin to copper foil tape. It is stronger. You can overlap 2 pieces and it's still conductive. It is just overall superior. So we've got our nylon conductive tape here. You'll see it's also on our BDG holder. If you need any holders, you can go over to browndoggadgets.com and grab that 3D printable file and print your own holders. So we've got one for the 5-meter roll. We've also got one for the 20-meter roll. You can even print a battery holder if you don't want one that's this large that barely fits on my screen. You can also print it smaller. Lots of fun things over there. Also, if you are not familiar with maker tape and you would like to try it out, you can go to our website and request a sample pack. The sample pack includes a roll of maker tape on a printed holder already. And it has 5 different projects in here that you can do to kind of check out some of the things that we offer. So this is free for educators. So you can jump on over to browndoggadgets.com and request your own sample pack and try out maker tape. All right. There is a trick to getting the tape off of the roll. So we suggest holding it about 1 centimeter away from the top. And then you take the pad of your fingertip and just pull down a couple times. And then it pulls away from the backing. I made it look really easy. Once you get it, it is pretty easy. And I think this one actually was already off a little bit, but that is definitely the best way to go. Trying to pick at it with your nail is not beneficial, even when you have longer nails like I do. It does not work. All right. So like I said, we're going to put a layer of maker tape underneath the LED leg and a layer over the top. So I am going to, that's why my LED legs are still up. So I can easily slide a piece of tape underneath that LED leg right on that craft foam. And I do want to make sure that these two paths do not touch. If these two paths touch, I will short circuit out my project. So make sure that you've got a little bit of space between those two paths of maker tape. Now I'm going to go ahead and bend those LED legs all the way down. And I'm going to do the same thing right over the top of my LED legs. The maker tape is going to hold it in place. And since it's conductive all the way through, it's going to help us complete our circuit. I'm going to push that one in place, and I'm going to run my nail along the sides of the LED leg just to ensure that it makes a strong connection. There we go. And we'll do the same over the negative leg. Perfect. Now we need to add our power source or our battery. I'm going to take a piece of maker tape that's about 1 inch long, and I'm going to make it into a tape loop. So I'm just going to roll it up just like you would for tape for the back of a poster, sticky side out, and I'm going to put it right on the pathway at the end of my short LED leg, right on top of it. And I'll take my battery. Side note, if you make the battery holders, push it out from the bottom. Makes it really easy. And since this is my short LED leg, or the negative leg, I'm going to make sure that the negative side of the battery is connected to that. So that means the writing is going to be up. And now all I need to do is take a piece of maker tape and connect my positive leg to the positive side of the battery. And if for some reason I did not cut a piece that was long enough, I could just add more. It did reach just barely, so when I flip this over, it should be lit up. There we go. That is our felt or craft foam snow person. I think he's pretty cute. This one is a boy though. Lots of different options to do with this. You could do it out of those different materials. You could do it on the cardstock and color it. You could have kids design their own scarves, their own hats. Maybe they add to it. Possibilities are endless, but it is just a simple circuit to get that LED to light up. Tomorrow, our live stream will be on our paper circuit cubes. Those are really fun. Next week, we've got lots more fun live streams for you. Lots of Valentine's projects that we're getting into. If you have not followed us on our social media platforms, please do so. We have been putting up a lot of short reels as well as these lives. So you can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, and YouTube. And all the templates that you see for the different projects that we do are free on browndoggadgets.com. So you do not need to pay for those templates. You can print those off whenever you'd like. You just jump on over to browndoggadgets.com and check those out. Other than that, that is all I have for you today, and we hope to see you next time. Have a good night.